What's happening, y'all? This is Osirez, the PC Pimp, and today I want to have a heart-to-heart with you guys, and a little message to the developers out there. Some of the, for some of the games that I review on my channel, I get as keys forwarded from the developers for review. So basically, review copies, right? And most of those keys are usually, small independent developer type games, which is fine and good. I support anything that's a good game. It's not about how big your studio is or whatnot. But here's the other thing. Recently, I've come across more and more games that somebody says, or a developer says, or a publisher says that works in Linux. Go to launch the game, and absolutely nothing fucking happens. Not a goddamn thing happens. The game doesn't launch. The game doesn't even put out any useful terminal information about why it's not working. Just nothing. If you say your game works on SteamOS or Linux or whatever, or even Windows, if you say your game works, you can't put the game out and it not fucking work. Now, don't get me wrong. This is not a commentary to bash developers in general, because I have come across quite a few developers who support their product. If the game doesn't work, I'll email them and say, hey, these are my specs. This is the terminal output. This is the error messages, whatever. And they usually get back to me. And within a reasonable amount of time, there's a patch, or they tell me how to fix it or whatever. But I have quite a few games in my library that just don't work. Absolutely just don't work. Like, we're not talking about the game launches and it's just fucking busted. I'm talking about the game doesn't even launch. It doesn't even open. It doesn't do nothing. Quite a few of them. Only thing I can assume is that you got some people who develop a game in something like Unity. Unity has a nice shiny, I guess, export button for Linux. And they just push it and wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. You got a Linux version, right? And they never use Linux in their life. They don't QA their game. They don't test their game. They don't even check to see if it works. That is unacceptable. Entirely fucking unacceptable. That is. I just don't know. I mean, this ain't specifically a Linux problem. I mean, you got games on Windows that don't work either. But I don't care about those games because I'm not buying those games. I just want developers to understand that Linux money is as good as any money. If you're going to say your game works, make it work. For you Linux gamers out there, I know that you should definitely take to the streets with it. And what I mean by that is, if a game doesn't work or something is not operating as advertised, don't be scared to round up all your online buddies, take it to Twitter, take it to Facebook, being respectful, of course. Don't get out of line and use lewd comments and wording and cursing and all that stuff. But make them know that, hey, you have a community of people who are paying real money for your game, and it doesn't work, and it's not tolerated. It's not acceptable. There's nothing. Come on. But it's not something that's normal. It's not of the normal. Let me get it out of the way. Most developers, indie developers especially, are stand-up dudes. I've spoken with quite a not a lot. It's not like I know I know all the big developers in the game world, but I've spoken to my fair share, and most of them will work with you. They'll talk. They're just, a lot of times they're just one-man teams or two-man teams, and they're as real as anybody else that you know online. And they're great people, and they love their product. They love the game that they're making. It's their brainchild, something that they want you to appreciate and like too. And so they will work with you to make sure that their game works. So this is not something that's like targeting indie developers. That's not what this is. It's the people who put out shit that just don't work. absolutely just don't work. Like, just imagine if you went to the store. You go to the store and you're like, okay, I need a brand new vacuum cleaner. You take your vacuum cleaner home and turn it on. It sounds like it's working, right? And you start vacuuming, but you're noticing it's not picking up any goddamn dirt. No dirt is being picked up by the vacuum cleaner. So you're saying, okay. You open up the vacuum cleaner and you notice it didn't come with a belt. The shit don't work. It just doesn't fucking work. Is that acceptable? Like, what do? You just put it in the closet and be like, we'll take that as a loss. No, absolutely the fucking not. You take it back. You get your money back, or you get a new one. This is no different to me. Just because it's not a tangible physical object does not make it any more acceptable. You sold somebody a service or a good, and it should just simply work. There is no question about it. It should simply work. But anyways, I ran it long enough about this thing. On the flip side, if you find a game, or if you find a game that you really like the game's just like Mazeballs, like I'm talking about Swag on 9000. Go, just like you would complain about something, make sure that you go and thank and give kudos to your favorite developers. Make sure you go hit the Twitters, go hit Facebook, email them, whatever it is that you got to do to let them people know, especially indie developers, that you appreciate their product. They appreciate the time spent on the game. Like I said, a lot of times these are small development teams. 1 person, 2 people, 3 people, 4 people. They're doing it. They may be doing it after work as in their spare time, because that's the only way they can get the game done. So make sure that you thank them for their work if you really like an independent game. I ran on long enough about this. Just wanted to get that off my chest. Support to the indie developers. This is Osirez, the PC Pimp, once again, and I'm out.